Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Build It Together. I'm taking a little bit of a different approach this time. Uh, I'm also an avid video game player, and some people would say gamer, but kind of changed my tactic over the past 2 weeks. I've been developing and kind of planning and laying out a map in Minecraft. As you can tell, we're using the Pixelmon mod. I created and started up my own server on a private machine, and I've kind of been messing around with it, and I am now starting to create a map of the Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow. I've gotten through up to through Route 2. I'm going to show you guys around here for a little bit. Like I said, this has taken me a very long time. As you can see, we're in Pallet Town. There's a lot of things that I have yet to do. Some of the signs and whatnot. I haven't put any text on any of the signs. So, as you can see, this is Professor Oak's lab. Uh, I have it set up kind of similar to the game. I haven't put the choose the three starters here yet. As you can see, we have a PC in this corner. Uh, we have just some minor things. I'm not too overly creative. Some of these things I'm going to have to fix. Some of these torches I'm going to remove and put them on with the lamp. The street light here. Anyways, so there's Professor Oak's lab. And here's your house. This is if you remember, this is where you would first spawn in game. Didn't really have a console, anything similar there, so I put that there, small little bed. This again has a strange those street lamps, some bookcases, the TV, and whatnot, and then your rival's house next door. You can come in here again. It's somewhat similar to the game, and I've kind of tried to keep it true as much as I can in with the actual games. Some of the spawning I'll show you here in a little bit. Some of the spawning I put like these. Some of the stuff wasn't already added in, and as you can see, some of this in the original game, they had these rock wall barriers here, and this is the best way that I've kind of figured out how to do it. I'm not entirely keen on it, but it's getting the job done. So as you will be able to tell as we go through here, here's Route 1. So I ended up doing Route 1. Very similar. As you will notice, some of these assets right here will go away. So I have in this mod you can set a Pixelmon spawner. So I've been putting these in so that way I can have the similar spawns. In the game, it also had the jumpable fences. I was kind of playing around with the idea of kind of raising the terrain up and down, but it was going to become way too difficult to do something similar to that. So I kind of created this idea where, you can you can't jump over fences, right? So, because the whole jump over fences thing in the games, I put this slab kind of like a little rock wall, so you could jump over the fence one way, but not the other way. But I didn't want to spend too much time kind of blocking the path of the players, but I still wanted to stay true to the game. So what I did was I just in the beginning, you can see very structured. I have very structured pathways. Once we get through Viridian, you'll see that I kind of changed my mind on some things. I used Podzol for here, then grass obviously, and then any place that Pokemon are going to spawn, I put grass in that location. Also, what I did was for any of the dirt, there's some smooth. So I've kind of aimed this off of how they did it in the game, um, where it's all different kind of texture. You have one that's no grass, and then you have one that has a little bit of grass, and then you have one that's full grass. And so that's what I kind of use as my template for those. I did 1 block in game equals 3 blocks in 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 Minecraft. So as you can see, I mean, there's a guy over here that gives you an item in game, but I didn't want to keep it, crazy, like just like bordering and there'd be fences everywhere. I just didn't want to do that. And as you can see, again, very, very structured. Um, you'll see how it changes here in a little bit. Um, so this way would be to um, the Elite Four. Victory Road, that would be this direction. But as you can tell, I haven't started there. You have the giant rock walls to block our way. And so next, I kind of created the Pokemon Poke Center. I think I did a pretty decent job. We have the healer, so we can heal our Pokemon. I kind of tried to keep it similar to in-game again, and this is a trade machine because if you remember, there's the trading room. So, and then I wanted to keep it kind of red, to signify heal, and then Weepinville, nice, level 50, too high. And then I created the Pokemart, put some random things out that you could put in, and then the vending machines. You can put stuff in the refrigerator, and then I'm going to add an NPC here so that way you can buy items. I just haven't gotten to adding the NPCs yet. And then you have the schoolhouse, and then the other house. There wasn't much to go off of. There's much room to work here because, I mean, the blocks are pretty big. But I can put the NPCs in there, no problem. I had to, for the Viridian City gym, I had to oversize the gym compared to what it was in game. So if you go in game, there's actually going to be quite a big significant gap here. And you're probably wondering how the heck did you do the arrows? Again, you can walk along this side. Believe it or not, so you'll see this path. The building in game actually goes right here in that way, and it is not big enough. The building, if you look inside the building, which we'll go here in a second, compared to in game, hold on, I'm going to clear the weather. And set time to day to kind of make it a little bit better for us. So as you enter the gym, right, it looks confusing. And at first I wasn't sold on the idea of doing a single block comparative to the gym. But once I started doing it and I started building it together, I realized this actually looks pretty good. You have the dragons in the top. It's not too similar to in game. These pads will move you forward, but they won't keep moving you forward. I tossed around the idea of having it keep pushing you, but ran into the problem of needing to walk these directions. So there's like an NPC right here usually, and so if you go that way, it goes that way, and keep going down this way, and this brings you to the boss, Giovanni. and then there's more NPCs that would be put here, NPCs put over here, and kind of I think it really gets the effect of the maze that they were going for in the original game. Look, Pokemon spawn in here. So I think this really came out excellent, as a matter of fact. Oh, I'm even getting turned around in there. So I think this came out perfectly well. I wanted to kind of keep this whole secretive gym thing, and I think I'm going to keep the same idea. So I put the kind of glass across the top, no front, so you can't kind of quote unquote cheat. So as you can see, my forest was getting way too structured for me, and it was driving me crazy. So I decided to kind of roll a die. I used a die, and I rolled, and then I moved to a random number generator to help me kind of create that randomness of trees, to kind of give it more of a natural feel instead of like oh, this is exactly the game. Now I wanted to make it feel a little bit more realistic, per se, you know. I could damage those, but I'm not. So this is Route 2. So typically you would have to cut through these bushes and come this way, right? And use cut and go up this way. I'll go Viridian Forest soon. Actually, you know what? I'll go Viridian Forest now. So you have one little area here. As you can see, this little block has this thing right here. So it has that, and it has the spawn of the Nidorans and the Pidgey and Rattata. So, Abra. I don't think I'm going to change the random spawns at all. I think I'm just going to keep it like that. Might try to work in some storyline. So, in the game, you walk up along these buildings, up to this building. And this building, you would walk in, and then boom, you would be in Viridian Forest. But I couldn't do that. Viridian Forest would have been way too big for what I wanted to try to do, and I would have had to stretch the map out a little bit. But so instead of that, I'll show you what I did. In game is very barren in here. Well, there's actually nothing. I actually had to come up with this purely from scratch. I decided to add a couple of healers in here. Not really a trade center because it's not really a Poke Center. It's just, kind of a place to, relax. You're like, oh, I'm done with Viridian Forest. Oops. So, and then again, you have your vending machines. So, when I was looking online, as you can see how much less structured it is. So, I found these water pads. I was like, oh, perfect. All right, bam, Viridian Forest, welcome. So, if you want to go back, it'll bring you back, right back over here. So I think it works out very well. It gets the point across. I know I could probably work on the front a little bit. Maybe have it come out in the front here. Just let me know in the comments what you guys think. So there's some of these that are stumps. These ones are stumps, and this wall is kind of a little close. Again, you can escape some of these areas, which is no big deal. Right? I want you to still feel like you're in the game and be able to kind of go, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go visit. I'm gonna go visit Pallet Town, in this universe. So I want to kind of create a Pixelmon game-related universe. And as you come through here, sorry, I got a little distracted. I kind of needed to separate. Oh, double spaced. I needed to separate the Viridian Forest from Route 2, because that's Route 2 right there. So I wanted to give it kind of hidden, but it doesn't feel like it's hidden. I think I've got the natural aspect of it. As you go through here, if you remember, you go to the left here, and it's a dead end. Kind of here. You can kind of trick your way through, but if you're planning to enjoy it, then You don't really need to do that, but if you feel like you want to like quote unquote speed run, you can speed run through some of here. I kind of found most of them. So we're making our way through Viridian Forest right now, and you can go to the right here. Here's more. Tons of caterpies and weedles all over the place, like you would expect in the Viridian Forest. I don't know if you ever watched the show. Ooh, Pikachu. It's very low. But if you see a little bit of outplaced box, is where one of these comes from. So, and then this area has a bunch of wood, kind of chopped down. Again, you can escape this area, but I wanted more of a feel natural. Be like, oh, okay, cool. And then this is the area that you could skip. Again, a ton of Pokemon over here. You could go that way, or you could go this way. I know this looks kind of weird, but keep the wall there so you kind of are in a linear path, and you go around this way. Again, you could just cut through, but where's the fun in that? You kind of go around. Caterpie and Pikachu. Oh, I think Pikachu took him out. Go through here. So I based it off of. So the rarity I did is based off of both red, blue, and yellow. So I didn't want to create this map 3 different times. So I took like a combination of both of them and created a combination of both of them, or all 3 of them. Sorry, all 3 of them, and kind of made my own quote unquote loot tables and spawn points. So again, you're not going to see the trainer. There's a trainer here, there's a trainer up there, there's a bunch of trainers different places. My next update, maybe I'll add the NPCs that you can battle. And then that was the run through of Viridian Forest. And then, so you get on this warp pad, bam, brings you in here. Okay, cool. And then, and then you come out this way and you're back on Route 2. And like I said, I've kind of ended on Route 2. You can go this way. I think some of these paths that lead out to nowhere. I think I'm just going to, I might just build maybe a little city, or I might have a competition where somebody can come build a city. So this Route 2, there's Diglett's Cave. I know I put the fence here to kind of block, but as you can tell. You're supposed to be able to, so you're supposed to cut these down and then be able to go past. Or you could just go this way. So anyways, you get done with Viridian Forest, come up through Route 2, and this will lead to Pewtertown. I got a lot of clearing to do. And so then let's go back. You got cut because I'm gonna do the SSAN. I am gonna do it. It's a matter of time. Diglett's Cave. I gotta add some stuff in here. Just don't know what. If you get some suggestions, just let me know. I'll put the ladder in here. I'm gonna have to use warp for that. So anyway, Sawsbuck. Nice. Like I was saying before, this is Viridian Forest. I could create like a giant wall, but then it just wouldn't feel natural. At least the wall here is not. It's like, oh yeah, it's obvious, but not too obvious. And then in here, we're gonna have an NPC where you can trade either an Abra or I forget the other, an Abra or a Clefairy, and you can get a Mr. Mime. So that way you can get a Mr. Mime from here. Right. Come back out this way. I got turned around. I got completely turned around. Oh yeah, and you're supposed to use cut here. But we can just go around that. Come through this way. This is the right side of Route 2. this building in game only had one entrance, and it had like 4 tables and a couple chairs. I didn't know what to add here. I might add a carpet here. And we'll see. So there's that way. Come out this way. Come through. And you just boop over that way. There's plenty of places that you can go through. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and spend 600 hours trying to figure out different places. I kind of added these. And hey, this is kind of a point where you should be blocked. So you can be like, oh, I'll stay truthful. So, I'll do a little flyover here to end it. So, if you guys... I forgot to cut that tree down. Oh well, not a big deal. Yes, I do have creative mode on, but I've been trying to catch the Pokemon as legit as possible. As you can see, I had my my PC up. Sorry. So here's a little flyover. Route 2. It's not extravagant, but I think it definitely makes it interesting. Here's Viridian Forest. You know, I think it looks good. At least it's definitely the beginning of something. Once I got the spawners in, that's kind of the important part, but some NPCs, NPCs will pop up randomly. So in the game, there's this one area that, that just doesn't have anything. I might make like some kind of spawner, maybe in here, maybe like a little battle arena or something. But technically, in the game, you're not supposed to get to this area. But, it's Minecraft. People are going to figure things out. So, I know it looks kind of plain now, but I think it's fantastic. But if you guys have any suggestions, you have any builds or anything, please let me know. Put it in the comments. If you're enjoying this content, I recommend subscribing. I know everybody says it, and I try not being that guy, but subscribe and give me your comments if you have any suggestions, any build ideas to kind of spruce up areas. Let me know, and I'll institute, and I'll make maybe that's what I'll do over here. That's what I'll do over here. If you guys if you guys have any suggestions, and I use that suggestion, I'll put like a little building here, and make it a little shrine to you guys for helping me out. Anyways, I want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and I hope you enjoyed this video.